Namaste, angels. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate it. If you are not yet a subscriber, please do consider hitting the subscription and the bell button to ensure that you get notifications every time I post a video. Well, attempt to ensure that you get notifications every time I post a video, because many of you do not. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. In any case, I do thank you in advance for all of you who choose to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that. I appreciate it. Libra, this is your bi-weekly reading for the period of today, November 5th. I wanted to get them all up yesterday, but I did not, so I'm doing the remaining 6 today, November 5th through the 17th. So that'll still give you 13 days, or just about right under 2 weeks. I'm going to start with your overall energy, I think. I think that's going to most explain what's going on here. So the overall energy is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands can indicate that something that you started a long time ago is finally starting to come to fruition, right? It's finally becoming a reality. You started manifesting it a while back. And the reason I'm starting with this card and I'm thinking, that's really good news, is because the energy that's surrounding you is the 5 of Pentacles. So some of you may be feeling broke and or broken, and like you're in need of a break, in order to lift your spirits again, because the energy that most directly represents you over these next 2 weeks, or that is like the focal point, is the Page of Swords in reverse. So because this is your energy, or our energy, I'm an air sign too, I think that, you're sort of turned upside down right now. So you're in need of this, good news that the Page of Wands has to bring. Now, for some of you, this is going to be an actual person, possibly younger than you. If not younger than you, somebody that looks particularly young, or behaves youthful, like always like young at heart type of person. Not necessarily immature. I don't really mean that. But just like a very youthful and vibrant and fun-loving, lighthearted, light-spirited kind of person, free spirit kind of person. Maybe an actual Sagittarius, because the page, although not traditionally in the tarot, but for me, the pages tend to represent the mutable signs, because we are the most youthful and lighthearted of, the zodiac, of any given element. But this doesn't have to be a Sagittarius. It can also be a Leo or an Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes who's not a fire sign at all. It also sometimes is representative of, the planets like Jupiter, which is the ruler of Sagittarius, or Mars, the red planet, the ruler of the sign of Aries and also Scorpio. Now, when I picked this up, more good news is that the 6 of Pentacles is here behind the Page of Wands, also upright. So the 6 of Pentacles is assistance that is coming in, right? If it's not like a karmic energy that's just changing things for you, making miracles happen, then it is an actual person that the universe is using to better your situation. So like somebody will be a blessing to you, like an earth angel. You'll be like, wow, like I can't believe you're doing this for me. You're such an angel. And sometimes it's a stranger. It could be like a creditor, right? A banker, somebody at a store. They gave you a little extra. They're helping you out. And it's like, are you serious? Like, really? Yeah. And assistance came in, and that assistance changes everything. Like, it really, really helps you. That's what the 6 of Pentacles tends to represent for me. When it's about love, romance, relationship, then it's just it's us exchanging energy without the bullshit, without an agenda, without conditions. Because everybody says that they want unconditional love, or that they love unconditionally and they give unconditional love, but it's rarely true, because unconditional love means exactly what it sounds to mean. Love without condition, including the condition that it's reciprocated. And that's where a lot of us run into trouble. So when you get the energy of the 6 of Pentacles between two people, it is a genuine unconditional love and exchange of energy without agenda. I'm doing it because love. I am love. You are love. and together we allow love to pass both ways. The end. So very positive card to have behind the page of Wands. For whatever reason it's showing up for you, whether it's your work, your relationships, your romantic relationships, your friends, your family, wherever it shows up, very good energy for you. Also, same thing goes for Major Arcana card 8, Strength, which represents the sign of Leo. It may be why all these wands are here. As a matter of fact, the King of Wands showed up in this placement for somebody else. I don't believe it was Leo though, but I can't honestly say that I recall who it was. In any case, Major Arcana card Strength represents the sign of Leo, and wherever it shows up, it's also very positive. So in your relationships, it means things are going good, and they may even get deeper, right? The commitment may even get stronger or deeper. In your finances, things are going well. Work, things are going well. People are pleased with you, with your performance, with what you're putting out. Romantic relationships, that it's a good omen in every single area. So this is very positive here. And the next card is upside down, so I won't even mention it because it's actually not one of my favorite cards. Anywho, so if you didn't see it, good. So now that you understand what your spread is about, or what the overlying theme is, we can get into some of this other stuff. I didn't want to just come at you like boom with the 5 of Pentacles, for example, because nobody likes to see this, and you're the first person like this. But for what it's worth, Gemini got the 3 of Swords in that position, so that's even worse. But this one, it does represent what it looks like too. A person, a feeling perhaps of being out in the cold. Now, that doesn't really mean that you are. Sometimes it can be a fear, and it's not a reality. The difficulty is, or the reality is, unfortunately, that we can manifest negative emotions like fear into our reality. So it can become your reality, even if it presently is not. So that's what you want to try to avoid. It can be connected directly to finances or the material, but it does not have to be. And where it relates to love, for example, it's sitting here in the position right above your love and relationship card, which is Major Arcana card number 1, the Magician. We'll get to what that means in a second. But as it relates to love, it can be, or relationships in general, it can be about fear of abandonment. So it can be even something like, say, it's in this position surrounding you, may have to do with friends, family, right? Or, a romantic partnership, or at work. So it can be fear of abandonment, fear of, do they like my work? Am I going to keep my job? Fear of commitment. I'm afraid to actually enter a situation that's limiting, or whatever it is. People have, mommy issues, daddy issues. All of that comes under the 5 of Pentacles for me in a relationship. Fear of, your past repeating itself. The last time I tried relationships, or I tried, a job, a full-time job, this happened. I failed. I got fired. The relationship fell apart. So maybe I'm afraid to go back and try again. All of those things can be represented by the 5 of Pentacles, and not at all actually be the case in your life right now. But particularly with the Magician showing up here in your spread, you have the potential to manifest that energy. So what we want to do is be careful about our thoughts. Anytime we see the number 1, like number 1, Major Arcana card 1, Magician, be careful about your thoughts. Make sure that they're positive, especially when they're about you or your situation or humanity at large. And the words that you're speaking over yourself, same thing where that goes. Be careful what you're thinking about yourself, what you're saying about yourself. Like no hurtful self-talk and negative self-talk. That's what you want to watch. Page of Swords in reverse, sitting here above the King of Wands. Well, actually, regardless of what it's sitting above, the Page of Swords in reverse, as it relates to work, and it is sitting here right above the placement for work and finance, can mean that you're soon to have some sort of conflict at work. And again, I don't remember what sign it was, but I saw conflict at work for another sign, and I think I said that I believe the Leo might be involved. Now, that doesn't mean a Leo's involved in a negative sense. This King of Wands tends to be somebody who can help you. Maybe there's more than one fire sign involved. Maybe there's a page, somebody that's younger than you or more youthful. They haven't been at the job as long as you. They're causing you some kind of problem. They're with whom you have conflict. And then there's this older person or this more knowledgeable person, more learned person, a wiser person. They've been there longer. They're older than you, whatever the case is. And you have an opportunity to learn something from them. They can help to further you. They can perhaps help to heal the situation. And if it is an actual person, it may actually be a man. He may actually be older. May actually be a direct fire sign. I don't know if you're going to know what his sign is or not if you work with him, but he could be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And, if we want to get really specific, he may be light-haired, and serve as like a mentor for you. He is somebody that you can trust, right? So he's not out to hurt you, regardless of whoever you have the conflict with. This is somebody else, even if it is another fire sign. This is someone else. It's not this person. You can trust this person. They want to help you. They want to further you. You could perhaps get confused depending upon how they speak, because sometimes these King of Wands people tend to be a little bit, rough around the edges, as they say. I talked about the King of Swords yesterday, how he is, abrasive. This one can be too. It's part of their passion and everything. So they mean well. This person means well. That's what I'm trying to what I'm trying to say, what I was trying to come up with. So you definitely want to learn what you can from them, but there may be some things that you notice you are going to want to do differently, or that you should do differently from the way that he's doing them. So to pay attention regardless. Pay attention to what he's teaching you, so that you actually learn it and take something from your situation that's positive with you. And also there may be some things that you need to tweak, that you need to do differently to apply to yourself, or because he's a little bit rough around the edges, you realize this can be done a little bit more graciously. This can be done a little bit more eloquently. This can be done a little bit more efficiently. And that's what the nuances that you're going to want to add to whatever it is you learn from this person. Even if you're single, make sure that you make time for relationships, love, romance, fun, good times to go out, whatever it is, have, a social life. And if this person is involved with you in love, or a fire sign in general, you got the Page of Wands here, you got the King of Wands here, know that this person in love is also somebody who's extremely passionate, and they're willing to work at the relationship because they're passionate about things, right? So when you're passionate about something or someone, you're willing to put the effort in. That's the kind of person they are. You may be more focused than usual on work and finance, because again, you're feeling this way, right? Broken, perhaps. So to those of you who are feeling that way, you may not be as focused on love and romance. Still make sure that you make time for a social life too, because if you're looking for something, there's something good coming for you. If you're not looking for something but you're single, it looks like there's still something good potentially coming for you. And if you're already in a relationship, you want to continue to nurture it. I guess that brings us to the Magician. I just want to make sure I said everything about the other to say. So the Magician in itself, and the fact that it's sitting here under this Five of Pentacles, which again I said could represent negative emotions, negative cords of attachment, negative energy that you potentially could manifest. That's what the Magician does, right? He manifests. So instead, if you don't want that, and I'm pretty sure that you don't want that, then you're going to want to focus on positive things, right? If you're wanting to meet somebody new, you're single, ready to mingle, in the market to meet somebody new, there's somebody looking for you the same way you're looking for them, because that's how the law of attraction and manifestation works, right? These energies are looking for one another. But whether or not you find each other will be dependent upon, in part, you. Remember I said you got to get out. That's what the King of Wands, you got to be social. You're going to have to put yourself out there. Be willing, right? Because it's not going to just land in your lap or at your house. You're going to have to make yourself available, to be found so that it can discover you. Ah, here you are. So get out there and meet people. If you're already in a committed relationship, then again, the magician is saying some of the same things I said about the King of Wands, and Major Arcana card Strength that we just looked at. The relationship is likely to get stronger. The commitment is likely to get deeper, and maybe even more fun, because the magician, he's got a whole bag of tricks, right? And he is likely youthful and maybe a little bit mischievous and stuff too, and lighthearted and ready to really turn up. He's probably a Gemini. That's what it most directly represents in the tarot, the planet Mercury and the sign of Gemini. Sometimes I also attribute it to the other mutable signs, like, again, perhaps Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo. So somebody youthful that's ready to, pull out a mixed bag of fun and tricks and maybe get you to do the same. What else? Just think positive. That's it, basically. You're going to have to think positive, and then you're going to be happy that you did. Further indication of that is your overall energy here from the Universal Love Oracle is answered prayer. This is very much an air energy too. For me, it's air and water. But it's like representative of, it's kind of like the star, because the star in the tarot is about, answered prayer and wishes being granted, dreams coming true. And this angel has a star over her, like throat chakra, kind of. So that's giving me Aquarius feels. This card tends to give me Aquarius feels, or other air signs, so like yourself, Libra. And of course, Scorpio, which comes right after you. And some of you could be Cuspians, air and water yourselves, or, otherwise have water in your chart, or even be involved with a water sign, perhaps a Scorpio that's even represented by these wands, because again, the planet Mars is in part a ruler of the sign of Scorpio too, not just Aries. Similar to how, like Venus, for example, is the esoteric ruler of Gemini. And even though it rules Libra and Taurus as well. From this deck, Cracker, this is also an indication that good things are coming, right? It's like positive news. Let's celebrate. Let's turn up. Positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune awaits. Also, angels, so a blessing coming in. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. So this is really just a matter of mind over matter. And you can bring about good things in your own life. The energy around you, the karmic energy, the celestial energy, is ripe for you to be manifesting. Also, just want to mention, in this position, this Five of Pentacles could be affecting you a little bit more indirectly, because it may be connected to somebody that is close to you as well. Somebody else may be going through something, and that may have you turned upside down too, because watching somebody else suffer or hurt, experience some sort of loss or feelings of loss could be getting to you. Just want to mention that one also. Further to the masculine, oh, very nice, birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. So again, something new wanting to come to you, waiting to be manifested. For the feminine here, Phoenix, be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. Okay, this could be the period of crisis. And here is more fire energy. Again, maybe a fire sign is involved. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or again, perhaps Scorpio. But whatever it is, whether it's a fire energy or not, rising from the ashes is the theme. So where there was difficulty, like Five of Pentacles, or being upside down, Page of Swords upside down, things get a lot better if you're prepared. So like you got to put in your work towards your manifestation. From the Universal Love Oracle to the masculine, the Goddess. So this is about surrender, letting go, allowing the universe to do its thing, to answer your prayers, to deliver blessings to you. You can do that, right? You don't have to control everything. Air signs like to sometimes just overthink stuff, and that can mess it up. So you're going to have to not do that. Just let go of the energy and allow the universe to do its work. And lastly, for the feminine, universal heart. This is a card that shows up to remind us that we are all like very important parts. Even if we just look like little specks, we need each little speck to do its thing for the greater good to function. So we're all vital. And so you never should feel like this. You are very necessary. We all need each other. And that's what you're going to have to remember, feminine, maybe to keep your spirits up enough so that you can otherwise think positive and bring a bunch of abundance into your life. Libra, I hope that you have enjoyed your bi-weekly reading. I will be back on the 18th with another reading for you. If you would like a private reading from me or energy healing or any of the cool merchandise I have available, I will have the information about all of that stuff in the description box. Please do, again, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting both the subscription button and the bell button. And check out your moon and rising sign for a more full picture, or perhaps the sign of your mate or the person you're crushing on, intended mate, all that stuff for a more full picture. Namaste.